Welcome to another episode of Casually Catrice. I have a very special guest for you today, Miss Samantha Smith. She is an actress, writer, producer, and just an overall vibe. So I'm definitely glad to have her here. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
How are you doing today?
Doing pretty good, can't complain.
Awesome, I love to hear it. So look, Brian, I'm gonna go ahead and jump right on into it, okay? Because I remember way back, 2008, okay? Your role with Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins. So definitely you have been in the entertainment industry for quite some time now. Was that your first role?
It was not. My first role was Big Mama's House 2. But it was but it wasn't a speaking role. Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins was my first speaking role.
Oh, okay, then well still shout out to Big Mama's House too. What was your character on there?
So in the movie, Big Mama, she takes over, she becomes a nanny to this family. Mm-hmm. And the little girl of that family is a part of a cheer squad. Yes. So I'm on that cheer squad with the little girl.
I love it. So how old were you like when you first got that role?
I would have to say that was, I don't really remember. I think it was either 2006 or 2007. So math is not my thing. I don't know. Probably like 10 or 11.
Okay, that's awesome. So, I see a relation with like Martin Lawrence here. How did that happen?
It just happened.
Okay.
It just happened. It was like, it just happened.
Okay, amen. Shout out to God. So what led you into acting? How did you know like this was something that you wanted to pursue as a career?
So what led me into acting, my mom, she exposed me to the arts at a very young age, really all types of arts. So like not just acting, but dance, music. We learned how to play piano, all these things. And then acting was the thing that was the most fun for me, that I enjoyed or looked forward to, like going to acting class more than anything. I was like in gymnastics, like I was in all these things, but everything else was just kind of like I dreaded going. But when it was time for acting class, I was like, I can't wait to go to acting class. And so I started doing commercials, and my mom, she took me or submitted me to this event called MB Expo in Dallas. And when I went to that expo, it was like all the top 50 agents of the nation were there at that time. And so we had to do like runway, we had to do print modeling, and then we had to create our own commercial. And I created a Colgate commercial. And so all of the agents, like they looked at reviewed all of our, all of our materials, and assessed how we were in print and modeling, because it wasn't just acting agents there were modeling agents, all kinds of stuff, all kinds of things. And so I got my first agent, Suzelle, who's based in New York, and I just started working from there at a very young age. I would spend my summers in New York. I started doing that when I was like 8 and did that up until I was about 11. So my dad, because my mom would work through the summer, but she would come up to New York at various times in the summer. But my dad would take me to New York and he'd stay there with me. And we just spend the summers there and work. And I got my first national commercial there, which was really fun. It was a Barbie dance party commercial.
Oh, okay, I love Barbie.
Yeah, and then I got to like audition for Broadway. I became the understudy for Nala, young Nala on Broadway. The understudy is basically like the person that would fill in if the person that was playing young Nala was unable to fulfill the role. So that's where I got a taste of like, seeing that it was something that I wanted to continue as a career. As a kid, it was just fun. But the older that I became, the more I started realizing, okay, this keeps calling me back. Like I've called my mom so many times and been like, I'm done, I'm gonna quit, like I'm sick of this, and it just keeps coming back to me. And it's the one thing that I still have that same desire to go towards, just like I did when I was younger, and I look forward to going to acting class.
Okay, that's awesome. I love to hear it. So let me ask you, because I know you said sometimes you call mom, what are some things that like make you be like, I'm about to stop, even though you know you're not. But like, what would you say make you do that?
In the past, it's been slow seasons. It's been in the industry, you get told no more than you get told yes. It's like you get 1,000 no's to get to one yes, and so it would be the slow seasons. And though I know and understand that aspect and component of the industry, it would be the outside noise that supports me already feeling like it's slow. So people, when they don't see you actively on their television or they don't see you doing something, they inquire in a way that kind of makes you feel like inadequate at times, or like I should be further along. It's like, oh, well, what do you have next, and what are you doing now? And when you don't have anything to say, and then you feel their response, whether they say something or not, or you get asked things like, okay, well, what's your plan B? Or like, what else do you want to do? Like, it just starts to, all of those fears that you hear from other people will sometimes kind of, I would adopt them as my own, and then start feeling like, you know what, I want to quit. Like, I need to just, and then I would be tired of hearing no. I would be tired of like putting in all the work and still like seeing no result. But those, for the most parts, have been the times where I've called my mom and been like, no, I just can't. And every time I've done that, literally like a day or two later, I get a call and it's like, hey, you have this audition. And I'm like,
all right, let me study.
Period. Okay, well, I'm so glad of that, because that's God letting you know, I got you. Yeah. No matter the waiting period and things of that nature, I have something in store for you. So I'm glad you continue to push forward. So with the audition process, like, what is that like? So I know you just spoke on, like, they'll call you, you have an audition for you. So is it typically like in person, or you have to record? You just speak on the audition process.
Of course. So before COVID, auditions were held in person, and an audition comes through your agent if you have an agent. If you don't have an agent, it's a little bit more difficult to get auditions. But if you have an agent, production companies will put out a breakdown for the different roles that they have in the project that they're about to film. And the agents within that network of that production company's casting department will receive those breakdowns. And so the agents then go through their roster to see if they have any actors or actresses who fit the roles and who are a good fit for the roles. Mm-hmm. They'll submit them to production company or to casting. And then casting will review those submissions and select who they want to see. So you may or may not even get the audition after your agent has submitted you. And that's one thing that I had to start to accept and learn and come to peace with, is that just getting the audition is a win, because there's so many that don't even get the audition. And then once you get the audition, before COVID, you would go into the casting director's office and do the audition in person. But after COVID, now everything has gone to self-tape. So you self-tape at home or wherever you have a self-tape set up, and you do your audition on tape. You send it to your agent sends it to casting, and then it's that same process of casting selecting like who they want to see again. So you'll get a call back, or if you don't get you just won't hear anything. So like if you don't hear anything, you know that they've moved in another direction. So yeah, and that process, depending on whether it's television or film, it varies in the timeline of how long or how short that process is.
Okay. And so what would you say are the typical roles you go for? Or they interest you?
That is a really good question. And every time somebody asks me that, I feel like I'm at a different place every time I get asked that question. Before, I would like roles that, I'm gonna just be honest, that felt easy, that felt a lot like myself, so that I didn't, and maybe it was a thing of like, oh, this easy, like I could just, but now the roles that I'm expressing to my expressing my interest to my reps about are roles that are like fully developed characters where you see them go from one place to another. So like I'm interested in roles that like hero roles, like people who led people, people who either like saved a people or led them to something, or through them a revelation was discovered. Those are the roles that I'm most interested in now, and like highly physical roles. So like things like in the Marvel family or like Woman King, things where you have to be physical. I love those. I'm like, yeah, I just recently started working out, and I'm like, I'm gonna just train like I'm about to like be,
Bring it to the
yeah. So yeah, those are the roles that I'm looking for. Things that have substance, and because as where I am in my career right now, it's like the kind of things that come across are stereotypical things. So it's like you'll get, you know, like the baby mama, or like you'll get the girl who has to like take her clothes off and just to have some meat in the story. And it's like I don't feel that those things are necessary. And will I do the stereotypical roles? Yeah, I would. But is that what I'm interested in? Is that what I want to do? Is that what I feel is most purposeful for where I know God is leading me? No. So, yeah.
Okay. And that's why I was just about to ask, like, have you ever turned down a role, or what would make you turn down one?
Yeah.
I turn down roles all the time. Nudity, full, like any nudity, I'm not doing the role.
Okay.
So that's like my non-negotiable. And yeah, that's the only thing that I've really like turned down. And unfortunately, I get a lot of that, a lot of stuff where they want you to be either fully nude or partial nude, or the role is for someone, it's just not for me. So
I got you.
yeah.
And let me ask, when you turn them down, like, do you feel like that plays a role in your career or anything like that? Just in case somebody watching, they feel like they're obligated or have to in order to move forward, get the role, be successful or whatnot. Like, have you seen it hinder or anything of that nature?
I haven't seen it hinder, and I feel like not just in acting, but with anything, you have the power to decide what you want to see happen in your life, and you can choose. People are going to accept you the way that you teach them how to accept you. So for me, I decided for myself a long time ago, I'm not going to be nude on camera, because once I am, then everyone else is going to want me to be nude. And then once I've accepted it and then I start trying to turn those things down, then it might backfire. But if from the beginning I say, no, this is my non-negotiable, this is what I'm not going to do, then whatever passes me because of it is just not for me, because that's something that I've decided for myself. So I don't think that it you know, has any hindrance on a person's career, but there's a lot of evil too in Hollywood that will make you believe that if you don't take this, you won't ever get another opportunity, or this is what you have to do to be able to be in this type of show. Like I had a audition for this huge show. It did so well. I'm not gonna say the show, but the show was popular. Everybody was watching the show, right? And my role was for one of the top 2 people on the call sheet. And I was just like, once it came out and I saw like the success of it and stuff like that, I was like, dang, like that is incredible. But I still had peace in knowing when I saw the role that I would have had to audition for and would have done really well in, when I saw it, I was like, okay, I'm at peace, because I would never feel comfortable with this.
Yeah.
No, I feel that. And like you said, you know, setting that tone first is very important. And knowing that this is the respect that I have for myself or whatnot, or this is like the standard I have. So if something that comes my way, like I said, whether with acting or with not, if it does not meet that, you know, it wasn't meant for me.
Right.
You know, it wasn't in the will that I feel God has for me or whatnot. So, okay, I respect it. And so since Welcome Home, Roscoe Jenkins, Big Mama House 2, you know, you have starred in other shows and movies. Do you have a favorite role that you have done?
So far, my favorite role has been in First Christmas. It was this Christmas movie. I played the role of Tiffany, and I was like this mean, like stepsister. The story takes place in New Orleans, and it's around Christmas time, and it's a black family, and we are traditionally about to celebrate Christmas, but then we find out that we have a sister that we didn't know that we had, who happens to be a famous author who everyone knows. And so but we don't know that until the end. But she comes to the house to celebrate for Christmas because our Meemaw sends her this letter. Our father passed away, so our Meemaw sends her this letter, and she's like, hey, baby, you need to come and meet your family. You are, like, come for Christmas and stuff like that. So she comes, and when she comes, I'm like, who is this? Like, and so I give her, I give her the blues, and I think that I enjoyed that. It was just so fun. It was so fun to be that way and to, like, play that. It's funny because when me and my family were watching it, my sisters were like, that's really how you be acting. And I was like, no, it's not.
Yes, indeed.
So that was a really fun role. And then this was a non-speaking role, but in Pitch Perfect 2, I was a part of DSM. I always say that was one of my favorite experiences because we had, like, choreography practice for, like, weeks leading up. It was just like, it was a different experience. And we were, like, even when we were filming, it was like we were in a real concert, like performing for, like, a real audience. It was cool. It was so cool. I just love the process of, like, preparation for something. So, like, being in rehearsals for weeks leading up to filming, I love that kind of stuff. I don't like when it doesn't feel like we were really about to putting in work because we about to go do something great. And, like, you know, so I guess that is why I'm more interested in those other roles now, like those deeper roles, because you got to put in the reps for it. And that feels rewarding to me, instead of just being like, oh, this is easy. Yeah, let me just go to set, you know?
Yeah.
So.
That makes sense. And so you definitely have worked with some talented people in the industry. But if you had to name, like, an actor, an actress, and a director that you have not worked with that you would like to, who would you say?
So Jordan Peele would be the director that I would work with.
Okay.
I absolutely love Jordan Peele. I think he is so brilliant, and he's a genius, and I love his storytelling. And I've noticed that he works with actors who have big eyes, and I have big eyes, so I'm like, I fit the bill. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Call my friend, okay? Call my friend.
You know what I mean? So let's just, say that. Actor, Denzel. I think that he's brilliant. I know that that's a very, like, everybody gonna say that. But I would really love to sit down and, like, talk to him and pick his brain and just, like, gain wisdom from him. I don't even know what I would ask or what I would say going into the conversation. I would just want to be a sponge and just, like, just listen. And then actress, who would I say? I would probably say Angela Bassett. Because for the same reason, like, I would want to sit and gain wisdom from her. She's a black woman who's gone through Hollywood. She's been in Hollywood. And I'm sure that she's had experiences and seen some things that I could learn from.
For sure.
You know, so, and then another director would be Spike Lee. Because, I mean, that's just... it's the storytelling. Like, I love real storytelling. So, yeah.
Okay. And so today, where you are, how do you continue to tackle the journey with seeking a new role? What does that process look like for you?
Really, that looks like just taking my life day by day and getting in touch with myself. I know that this sounds probably crazy, but because I don't know what role will come and I don't know when it will come, the only thing that I can do is fully know myself, because to be a good actor is not to be someone else and pretend to be someone else. Is to be yourself in this imaginary circumstance that's on this page. And so for me, I just pour into myself. That's how I'm, to answer, tackling the journey. I just continue to pour into myself more and more and treat myself well and stop, like outsourcing or seeking validation from outside of myself, or all that kind of stuff, but really just like getting with me, loving me, spending time with God, asking for vision and direction, and just like confirmation that I'm still in his will, because but yeah, just like taking care of myself is how I do it, because I don't know what's coming, when it's coming, so I just prepare for when it does come.
For sure. And would you say that's something that you have learned throughout the journey?
This is a new discovery.
Okay.
This is a new understanding of like, you know what, Sam, actually, you just take care of yourself, and that's how you'll be the best at what you do. And then obviously not just taking care of myself, but I'm in acting class. I'm like studying even when I'm not outside of acting class. I'm to the point now where like I'm fully in. Like the whole plan B situation, this is the plan. So everything is immersed. All of the aspects of my life are immersed in being studious in my craft and just staying focused and taking care of my body, my mind, my spirit. That process is interesting because a lot changes whenever you start really, really like honing in on what it means to take care of yourself. And but that's what I do.
Okay, I love that. Is there anything else that you can say that you've learned throughout the journey, and just advice you would give to someone who is interested in pursuing this type of career?
I would say the first thing would be to ask yourself, why are you pursuing the career? Because it's a long game. It's not like, oh, I'm gonna get in it. I mean, overnight successes happen all the time, but it's really a thing of like, I look at it, and this could just be me, but I really look at art, especially as an actor or actress, as a calling, because you're now responsible for telling the stories of other humans. You have this great responsibility to authentically be able to portray the life of somebody else who may or may not be comfortable sharing these aspects of themselves with the world. And so I would first ask them why, but I would say my advice would be, if you're going to do it, just do it. Like, don't half do it. Do it all the way.
Okay. And for me, you kind of already talked about it, but when I think about the entertainment industry in all aspects, but specifically for you, that you definitely have to stay positive, stay encouraged, and just not allow no's to, keep you from wanting to get back out there and things like that. So how would you say that you continue to stay motivated even through those no's?
It's hard. It's really hard. Like, I'll go through seasons or spells of time where I'm just kind of like a little reclusive with people. One of my coaches, Sarah Mornell, plug, she has helped me tremendously in mindset. And one of the most important things with acting and being able to continue going even with getting that rejection is the mindset. Because you get no told so many times. So if your skin is not tough, if you can't handle that, like, it's going to be treacherous. But for me, I just remember the things that she's taught me on the mindset side, on the acting side too, but on the mindset side. And then I just, I tell myself that's not for you. I always tie it back to God. I always say what God is preparing you for. If you were there, the preparation would be interrupted. So just keep preparing for the yes, because the yes is on the way. And I always say the world's no is God's yes. So the no, like the no's used to hurt me, and they used to be, like I said earlier, one of the main reasons why I would call my mom and be like, Mama, I'm quitting. Like, I'd be crying on the phone, like the ugly cry, looking at myself in the mirror in the car, just trying to just let it all out. And she would just be quiet, but now it's like I get a no and it's like, okay. Like, I'm the next thing. And then I'm not also just sitting on my hands waiting for opportunities to come to me. I'm also creating my own things as well. And so that helps me to be able to stay motivated, because I'm still inspired by what I'm doing, even whenever it's not someone else's vision. At least I'm working on my own. So
I love that. Girl, you have just dropped so many gems and so many things I could speak on and pick up on. But that's one of the things that I really enjoy about your Working Wednesdays, that you do host on Instagram. You have your lives, and then you just make videos where you're just talking based off, your experience throughout that week or what God has spoken to you or whatnot. So what led you to start that on Instagram?
I don't know. I think it started during COVID, and I was in the basement at the place that I was staying, and the first day I did it, it was a Wednesday, and like the name Working Wednesday just like came out of nowhere. It was not, I didn't plan to start doing it. I didn't it just like came. Yeah. And so then after I was like, wait a minute. And so then I just started doing it, on Wednesdays. And again, like, I just felt compelled to do it. I didn't necessarily say, oh, I want to do work. I just felt compelled after the first time of feeling like I needed to do something like that. And so then my family started being like, I really like your Working Wednesdays. Like, I was going through something. My granny would be like, yeah, I was watching that Working Wednesdays, laying in the bed, and I was watching that Working Wednesday. That was good. And so I started realizing, okay, and that's what's so much in my life, but the Working Wednesday, I feel like it was an assignment for me, because like I said, it wasn't like a preconceived thing like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna get online on Wednesdays on Instagram and I'm gonna just talk. No, like one day I just had this thing happen, and it was Wednesday, and I picked up the camera and I shared, and then it just went from there.
Okay, I love it. Well, I hope you continue, okay, to do them, because I know that they bless me, and I know that they are a blessing to others. So, yes. Well, friend, what else is in store for Samantha? Like, what's on the vision board? Like, what did your...
I need to make my vision board.
Okay.
I need to make it. I haven't made it yet. I've been needing to make it since January 1st, 2023.
Yes, Lord, about to be in April. It's all right.
Still seeking magazines. If any of y'all got some magazines, let your girl know. Magazines expensive.
They are. They really are. That's why I do appreciate when people have the parties and stuff, because then they give it to me, and it'd be very beautiful.
Party, but I am just gonna say what's in store is all good things. I think a lot is in store. I know with the things of my own projects that I'm working on and have visions for, those are there. But I'm in this place where I'm just like open. I'm open for God to blow my mind at this point. So yeah, what's in store is girl, let me tell you the story. So the other day, I'm gonna tell you the story. So I, for a long time, have been very I was always afraid to just be fully in my career. And so I would always be like, no, I need to have a job. And most times it would be something like full time, right? So most recently I had full-time job, still do, but I put in a resignation like last week because I was like, no, I'm going to be full. Like, I'm going to do what I say I'm going to do. So I was talking to a good friend of mine, and they were like, so what's the plan? And I was like, God, right? And so they started laughing, and they was like, no, for real. Like, it's okay if you don't have a plan, but for real, what's the plan? Like, they was like, for real, like, what is it, right?
Yeah, they were trying to hear.
So that voice, my friend's voice stayed in my mind. And so a couple of days later, I was sitting in a bed, and I pulled out my notebook. And because I do believe in write the vision and make it plain, I write everything down, right? So I open my notebook and I write my plan at the top of the page.
You're going to take that as your vision board. Keep going.
I write my plan at the top of the page. And Catrice, when I tell you, it's like I had no control of my hand. I wrote God's plan. And I just bust out laughing and closed the notebook. Because I went into that situation really ready to write my plan, but I couldn't write anything else other than God's plan. And then I just started laughing, and I was like, well, that's it. Like,
you said long ago.
Yeah, like, that's it. And I have peace about it. That doesn't mean it's not scary. And that doesn't mean that I'm like, all right, so, like, when we gonna start, because, but, yeah. I hear you, but, like, when, though? So, yeah, but the peace is what confirms to me that I'm in the right place.
I love that. Amen, girl. Yeah. Well, I know God for sure has so many great things in store for you, okay? And I'm going to be supporting you. And I know our viewers, all right, my friends, they're going to be supporting you as well. So, keep being amazing, keep following God's will, and yes, sky's not even the limit for you, friend, okay?
I appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am. Well, before I let you go, we always have to play a game on the show, okay? You ready? Okay, so this game is called I Know You Effing Lying. Okay, so basically, the goal here is for us to call each other's bluff, okay? So the card is a category, right? Okay. So I'll flip it up or whatnot. I'm not going to do it now. But I'll give an example. So let's just say if it says, like, types of soda. So I would say, I know one. Okay, if you know one, then you say, I know two. Then I'll come back, I know three. And they'll keep going, right? Until you feel like, okay, girl, you lying. Yeah. Okay? So then you'll call that. So then whoever does that, you will have like 25 seconds to list out. Okay. So if I said three, Coke, Dr. Pepper, Sprite, Okay. And so if that person got it wrong, they have to take a shot. Okay. I don't drink. So wine occasionally. So I got wine. All right, just pretend like it's the Ciroc, tequila, whatever y'all want it to be.
Eddie Murphy movies.
Okay. So this is where if you know one, you'll say you know one or not. We keep going back and forth until we feel like the person is like, okay, girl, you really don't know that many Eddie Murphy movies. Okay.
I know one.
Oh, hold on. I need my phone to time us.
Don't cheat on your phone.
I'm not. I promise. Okay.
You cannot use Google.
I'm not. Okay. Timer. That's what I'm going to. Okay. Let me do my 25 seconds. Okay. You know one. Mm-hmm. I know two.
I know three.
I know four.
Girl, you lying.
Okay. Eddie Murphy. Oh, this is my timer. Okay. We have Harlem Nights. We have Norbit. We have Nutty Professor. And we have, that is so sad because where did it go? Oh, God, this isn't, okay. Hold on. Nutty Professor 2, can they count? Yes?
Technically, yes.
Okay, if not, Boomerang.
Okay.
So, and I beat the timer.
Boomerang, I've never heard of that.
Boomerang?
Oh, Boomerang. I said Boomerang.
No, ma'am, but shout out to you for still taking it, though. So that's your shot, because I got
it. Oh, okay, then. Can I sip it?
Oh, Lord.
It's wine.
All right. I'm about to play with you. Okay.
Love a nice glass of wine.
Okay. Music artist times actor and actress. So a music artist like an actor or an actress as well. Okay. I know one. Because I'm about to put a time limit on your response.
I know 2.
I know 3.
I know 4.
I know 5.
I know 6.
I know you're lying.
Bobby Brown, Whitney Houston,
God, I should let her go to 10. Love.
Chris Brown.
God, even start the time. Keep going. It's fine.
Chris Brown, Bow Wow, Tupac, and
Time.
where is it? Will Smith. Will Smith.
Say less. That makes sense. There's a lot of people. Cause baby could have named Eve, Queen Latifah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Cause I was looking at you sideways, sipping. But let me see. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. You can go ahead.
Okay. Biopics.
What, friend?
This your handwriting.
Biopics.
Oh.
Wait, what you say? It's all right. It's all right. Okay.
We ain't had no wine.
Okay.
Biopics.
Okay.
Biopics. Same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Same
You know,
thing.
it's
I
all
know.
about
We know what
perception.
you're talking about for sure. Okay. You started off.
I know 1.
I know 2.
I know 3.
I know 4.
I know 5.
I know 6.
I know 7.
I know 8.
You lying.
I'm lying? Okay. Hold on now. Because we have Straight Outta Compton.
Uh-huh.
We have Selena. We have 42. We have Ray. We have Thurgood Marshall. Yep. We have, what number did I go to?
You're on 5.
How many I got?
8.
Okay. We have the Rocky count, y'all. That ain't no biopic, is it?
I'm gonna say that.
Notorious.
Uh-huh.
Tupac.
Uh-huh.
Movie. Jesus. I know 2 more because I now watch them in these theaters, and I just feel like my time probably now ran out. Oh my gosh, this is sad. I'm gonna just take the drink because I know it's been 25 seconds. Here, put the time on the video, please, because I'll take that lick. But give me 2 more because I just feel like I'm missing something.
Whitney Houston.
Whitney.
And biopic. I was gonna say The Temptations, but no, that's not.
That's a biopic.
Yeah.
Girl, The Temptations.
Yeah.
5 Heartbeat.
Yeah.
Jackson.
Yeah. Oh Lord, yes.
All right, cause see, it's the pressure. Okay, film genres.
Okay.
This probably. I know 1.
I know 2.
I know 3.
I know 4.
I know 5.
I know 6.
I know 7.
I know 8.
I know you lying. I know you effing lying.
Horror, comedy, rom-com, action, thriller, what are they calling it?
But I just feel like this time in my head, Lord.
I don't know if they're calling Bollywood a genre.
They not.
I see a head nod over there.
Who nod their head? I really don't know.
No.
This is time, Samantha.
But I'm trying to think of like, cause they're calling the Asian, like have you seen that movie? It starts with a P, and it's like this Asian family, and they stay in like this house. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? Okay. I'm
sorry. I don't, but I'm gonna Google it after all this. Okay, last round here.
Okay.
TV. Wait, did I just go? No, you went, huh? Oh, I did just go. Yeah. Girl, it's wild. Keep going. Mm-hmm.
TV shows that are titled by the main character's name.
Okay.
I know one.
I know two. Why did I write this? Keep going.
I know three.
I know four. Because you was thinking about this.
I am. I'm having a hard time. I don't know no more. I don't know. Oh, because if you call me on my bluff, got it.
Yeah. I know you if a lie.
All right. The Cosby Show. Everybody Hates Chris. Clifford the Big Red Dog.
Girl, what?
What? This ain't TV shows that are titled by the main character's name. Hey Arnold and Kim Possible.
Girl, now she went to the cartoon.
This ain't TV shows.
I mean, it did. You know, I was thinking we'll get like Eve, Moesha. I wasn't ready for you to take it to the cartoon. So, yeah. Okay, Lord, please let this be my last one. Okay. Okay. Child stars.
Okay.
I know one.
I know two.
I know three.
I know four.
See, there we go. I know five.
I know six.
I know seven.
I know 8.
I know 9.
I know 10.
I know 11.
I know 12.
I know 13.
I know 14.
You living lie. Hold on, because let me stop the time for these 14.
Should I have more time? Since it's 14, 25. Okay.
I'll give you 30.
Justin Bieber.
No, I ain't started the time. Go, okay.
Justin Bieber, Miley Cyrus, Raven Simone. I'm going all Disney Channel. Selena Gomez. Bow Wow, Romeo. Britney Spears, Paris Hilton. Short dude.
Who was the short dude?
From is it Gary? You know what I'm talking about? Gary Cole.
Yes. Just your last one. Okay. Be blessed. Okay, there you go. That ain't even bad. All right, friends. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode. Once again, Samantha, thank you so much for being here. I have truly enjoyed you. You all have a great rest of your day and continue to be great. All right? Until next time.
Bye.